Cayman Voices was a dream that I had for several years now. It's about taking the power of storytelling to embrace our own collective history as a people. Through our individual stories, we're able to see the common thread that binds us together as one. One person's personal journey has become our collective culture, heritage, and history. This series will show people from all walks of life sitting down with me as the host and going through their life journey. Sometimes there are unknown elements of their lives, but ultimately we're going to walk away having learned something new with every person that we sit down with. I guess I would explain it as an exploration of our story. I'm naturally curious about people and their lives, so Cayman Voices is exciting and allows me to capture this for everyone to enjoy. We are seeking out Caymanians, multi-generational, as well as some who have moved here to, uproot their entire lives and to make this their home. This dream would not be possible without some sponsorship, and so I'd like to thank the DART organization for stepping up to the plate to ensure that we're able to deliver regular monthly content for our viewers to enjoy. So sit back, kick up your feet, turn up the radio, relax, and listen to Cayman Voices.
Thank God for that. You still hold on to that part of heritage.
I just put my little microphone there so I can catch your little stories as you talk. Don't mind me. Go right ahead. Don't be shy.
That boy got quiet now. I'm glad to hear that.
You were just talking. I'm interested to hear about this area of East End called
Mermaids.
Where is that?
Anybody know?
In the Gun Bay area.
In the Gun Bay area?
Yeah, that's where I'm from, Gun Bay.
Oh, okay.
And that would be my great grandmother. My great grandmother, her name was, I believe, Ellen. She came, I don't know if you all heard about the Sandglass Islands, they're Indians. And I guess one of them East Enders went over and brought her back. They ended up having a daughter, her name was Arabella. And Ellen married a Dixon, so Arabella was Dixon, and she married my great grandfather, which made her Arabella Watson. But John McLean, all them, they might have had a cousin, Arden McLean, they're all come out of the same group of people.
Wow. And where is this island? You said it's called
San Blas. It's in between Colombia and Panama. I've been there, but I didn't know I had family from there.
Wow.
Yeah, I sailed in that area a while back.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful islands. They make something called molas out of cloth. They do sewing, and they make it. I don't know if you ever saw it. The pictures and then the clothes. Pretty beautiful colors. Yeah, but it's San Blas. Sanblas Islands.
Well, then,
Yes, there.
how you don't get some last Indian blood?
I got nice hair. See my hair? Hello.
I'm just you. I'm just you.
She got it.
Hey, you don't remember my grandma had nice hair.
But you know,
Rose in there. And I had my grandma had a sister. She smoked the cigarette, the light part, mouth. You remember that, right? And play solitaire all day long, Jessa. Solitaire, and with that cigarette in her mouth puffing and talking and doing everything with it. Cigarette didn't fall out either.
and I bet you on something. Anybody usually come out from Nicaragua or Honduras. They were descended from here, I have some relatives there.
Maybe at one stage, but never from Honduras now.
Huh?
Maybe at one stage, but not these days. Not from Honduras.
Yes, you do. Because Emmanuel used to go there like many years ago, but when they had come back, they had looked like, I wouldn't see how that looked like. Sorry, malnutrition.
But not that he died.
Everybody used to go there to work. Yeah. But do you all realize, I mean, it's years old now. Do you all realize how poor Cayman was years ago? You behind the 8 ball. You were about, years ago, we never had no running water,
Inside
No
toilet.
light.
no inside toilet,
No inside.
no electric light, no electric light.
Wait the file stick.
I remember.
And we used to just sit quiet.
Yeah, when you got caught one at a time, where you
Yeah, yes.
You talk like that, repeat each other, it do make sense.
I remember years ago,
I just stick this on so we can hear the story good.
I remember years ago, my grandfather, Lishman Godfrey, I was a young boy then. When they start making these toilet pits, because everything was on the surface, my grandfather said he never knew what the poor folks was undo, why they were making those pits. Because they had the open toilets, and you had to be careful, because the father would take it up from where. But Cayman was poor. But we had good relationship with each other. They used to call barter system. You go in the ground, everybody had a little plantation. You get cassava, breadfruit, a big fun share wrong,
Amen.
Share wrong, but we came too fast. And I remember 1955, I started to work with A.L. Thompson. You know how much I was making? £2 a week. That would be that would equal that to about $4 a week. And very few people know Lawrence made all the furnitures for Old Galleon Beach.
Ooh, my special place.
And and every Friday he used to try to deliver some there. And Pamela, I remember he went to Jamaica and that he brought you X hair. And he was working in the cabinet shop. And Lawrence had one little shop up there. It was no bigger than this. And look where he is now today. And all the lump mahogany that he built those furnitures with galleon bleach, green oil, it came from Nicaragua on a little boat called the Star. The Star. But look where he is today, or look where his son is today. Look. And in years ago, when people die, you could, if they die in the morning, they had to try to bury them in the evening. Couldn't keep them. And they couldn't keep them. Die in the and you know what they used to try to do? Put around the coffin. This same what do you call it now? White line. White line. So that would help keep the body from decomposing. What do you call it? Decomposing. Yeah. No, we never had noise. And I remember right up where the immigration is now, that was our hospital. And they used to be cooking outside. They had 3 sticks in the ground, and that way they used to cook on. You imagine that. And very few people know this was the hospital here. And right in front of the hospital was our dump. Our dump. But how they got that, you know, how they got that hole there.
Where was the hospital?
Huh?
Where was the hospital at that time?
Right by where the immigration is now. Yeah. And how they got that hole there, they dug marl from there to fix the road. Then after that, but nobody had anything to dump. Only thing anything had to dump was when the Americans were held on the base.
You know, I had a picture of me and Graham. She left right by that dog, and I lost it. I could never find that picture afterwards.
Pam, I remember one time it rained, and that hole was full up with water. Steve came up there because y'all was staying in that area. Right? And we playing around that dump, and Steve, he fall down. The whole got. And what thing happened? Your mother, Miss Rama, come up and beat him.
Then neighbor come and she beat him.
Eh?
Neighbor come and she beat him again.
Oh, you remember that, eh?
So he had 2 beaten.
Yes, and you boy, we came a long way fast. Yeah, because when you heard a car blow, you could say
That was so good.
it was
Paralonza or
Paul Alonso or Albert Smith.
something.
Very good. And how we got like an ambulance. I remember a family member died in Rockwood. And my father had to ride up song to get Lawrence, carry the body to the grave. He had one little international truck. And I remember my father coming and saying, no, we have to get something to carry our loved ones when they pass to the grave. He wrote out a petition, went around, got people sign it, presented to the government. Government took it up. They went to the vestry, those days were vestry. Well, they said they find a truck, a little hearse. And how much that's for it? Said 100 pounds. When was money when he came upon, I said, a horse? How, a horse so there? And through that, they got that. My father was instrumental in getting that. And that little international truck, she was used for everything. Ambulance and hearse. And they used to, and she used to be parked, and if you all know, with Morsim's yard. He used to be the driver. Yeah, it hurt, but the joke kept on. I said, how, a horse? How the kind of horse? But you know, oh, years ago when somebody did, a song so cruel. You put them in that hole, you know, we never had made no walls then, and then they would just break some shamrock and throw on top of the, and when them rocks would hit them, boom, boom, Yeah, sure. And then they finished, they saw the shape of the grave a little bit, and they would get a jasmine limb, put it right down by the head.
And the jasmine would grow.
Yeah, the jasmine would grow. Jasmine would grow. I remember only one doctor we had there, Dr. Horner. He couldn't operate or anything, ever go to him. All he could do was gas medicine and pink aspirin. And he would ask me, are you a paying patient or a pauper? I'll have to send you overseas. He couldn't operate. He couldn't operate or not like that, you know. And finally, he got a doctor came here, Mr. Pete, Dr. Pete. He wasn't much a doctor, but he couldn't operate. But and all you remember, Wilfred Parchment, he had to operate appendix, and Dr. Pete operated on him. Dr. Pete, but yeah, when I think they became, yeah.
He saved them.
Mm-hmm.
He saved them.
He saved them. He saved them. Yeah, boy.
You were talking about when he was mentioning the graves, that kind of, you were talking about a memory with your father with the graves and the shaping up.
My father used to dig graves.
Oh,
He was a grave digger,
wow.
do cisterns. Well, my father was Mr. Alfred Miles.
Wow.
He was buried in a sand hole, just like what Neil was saying. They dig the hole, you throw the rocks back in on top of the coffin, and you heap it up with the sand, and you heap the graves them up. My oldest brother Samuel, he killed himself. He was hanged.
Wow.
He was 25 years old.
But I remember that day.
A Thursday.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a brother named James Miles. He was murdered by the town hall.
You know, I was out there that night for me. I was standing by the dance that night. I was like, I was wandering.
Wow.
I was 8 years old. I remember that. Him and Tim, my cousin, were best friends. I remember that. And Tim did a week after him, right? And
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
He went to Tim,
Funeral.
helped with Tim's grave, and he said he was going to the funeral, but he dropped asleep. And he didn't get to the funeral. And Mama used to wash our pail and put them underneath the window light. So when he woke up, he went over by the window and he spit. And his spittle went in the chimpot. And he said, pain. Just like that. He said, who know I'll be the next.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Wow.
And he was the next one. He didn't get to Tim's funeral, but he said that I didn't get to his funeral. He did all he could do. He wanted to go to the funeral, but
Yeah.
he couldn't make it. He dropped asleep. By going help with the grave, he was tired, and he went sleeping. But I had my father was buried in the sand hole, just like the sand grave, like how Neil speak about.
Right.
And I had a brother buried like that. And my father was buried like that. He didn't have any wall. He was buried in the sand.
So did they mark the
My daddy
graves?
died. My daddy dropped down
Wow.
9:30 Monday, and took him to the hospital. And Tuesday morning, at that time, Uncle Hampton Truman used to work at the hospital, a young guy. And he came around about 5, and he knocked, and he said, I say, Uncle gone. That was around about 9, 9:30 in the morning, he dropped down on that mango tree. And at 5 o'clock the next morning, he's pronounced him dead. My father wasn't dead. My father was not dead.
You know, just excuse me 1 minute before we come again, right? You know, years ago, my father used to have built coffins. And he could be out there working in the house, trying to make as he paid. They heard somebody did go on, they had built that coffin. No money, you know? No money. Built that coffin. And some fellas used to there who did. So, but they gone with that pick and shovel. And they, no charge.
My dad used to go graves and bread, and if he had money, they pay him, he would take it. But if they didn't have any, that's all right.
They never had no money.
Never had none. He used to they would pay him if they had it.
The same thing.
But they never had it. The dad used to have the graves and things free.
Excuse me, please. They never had no money to pay.
I know, I'm talking what I know. I don't know what you know, but I'm talking what I know. Daddy used to get, people used to pay daddy, them that could pay him, and them that didn't have none, he would tell them that is all right. Daddy used to do a lot of work for free.
Like barter.
Yeah, barter.
My father used to work for a lot of people free.
And Barney, this is what I want to tell you too. People were so kind in them days, not only for the burial part, but when they had to dress their dead. I remember Miss Rose Lee always come and look for my mother, and
That's
would
right.
always do them, and always go and dress.
Yeah, your mother had my dad would die the
No
dream
matter
back then.
who
My
died
father
in the
wasn't
East,
dead.
you would know. It would be night and every night you'd hear us singing, it would make me so afraid.
Yeah, I used to.
And then the people is out there singing again tonight.
You know whose brother there? The Jamaican brother night. And you could always tell them somebody did. You had pang,
Ring in the bell.
pang.
And when they bring them out to church,
They used to, yeah, and
The
when they
bell.
bring them out to church, then the funeral over.
And I remember one person. Anyway, this is what I got to say. My father was buried alive. My father wasn't dead.
Yeah.
He wasn't dead. My father dreamt.
Make me give my story.
Dream back. I don't want to hear a thing from you. Nothing in English and nothing in Spanish because I know it's none. Move from
I used to take care of the person, you know, children was like I used to have to ring the bell. It's 10, you go up the street up.
Thank you.
Tell me they go.
Yeah. You have to find a date.
10.
You have to find a date with
And I used to take care of the church and ring the bell. And Sunday ring the bell. And I was so skinny as a guy. A friend me to check me when I ring the bell and pull me back down. But
yes, sir.
what get me off, you know, we didn't have no telephones on that them days. So I played football and they used to have prayer meeting on Wednesdays. Miss Ivy was Miss Francis' born maid. She was to live with us. So Miss Ivy passed away. Nobody tell me that they were moving over to the church hall across the street. So I go into the church. When you go into the church, now you got coming from with the bellies, and then go up on the pulpit to go to turn on the lights, because the light was on. And when I get in there, because I seen this coffin lay out inside 7 o'clock in the evening, 6:30, they're gonna go ring the bell, get the church open, 7:30 prayer meeting. Oh Lord, when I see that, I kept on my foot and I started running on the pew, running through that. And you know, they used to pay me $30 a month. And one month, Mr. England paid me off in loan too, 6 pieces. Mom, let us do it, Mom. They laugh at me. They say, this is what they have paid the disciple betraying God.
But
I bought my first bicycle off for it.
that's what it is, like a church. So that's
That's why they used to call him Miss Ivy. I run from Miss Ivy.
Sandra, Sandra, you know how they used to pronounce it? You were dead? Huh? Yeah, make sure you were dead. Huh? They would take a look in glass. You listening?
Yeah.
They would take a look in glass and hold out your face like this.
Oh.
And if you don't see smudge, you know you did. But if you smudge, you're still alive.
So they could see if you're breathing.
What you saying is that because Mama said if she got that in back in some or
Put that on me again.
and bring back to one of the man used to work at the house. He would minister their work. And I was working with this little girl. And when I was going up to my work, he stopped me, he said, baby, he said, stop, huh? I stopped. And he said, your daddy dreamed me last night and tell me that they bury him alive. But he said, Bean, he said, I'm done here now. He said, they just as cheap leave me, because I'm nearly gone. I tell you, I cry. When he tell me that, I cry all day to my work. When I get home that evening, my eye was swell. Where I cried so much. And then he dreamed my brother Irvin and tell him under a mango tree that they bury him alive. He says, son, wanna bury me alive. Wow. My daddy wasn't dead when they buried him, because my daddy died 5:30 the morning, dropped down the day before that morning, and died 5:30 the next morning, and they buried him the evening. My father wasn't dead. My mother says she know that's how it was. She would put a glass when they bring him, because they put him in YY house. She said if she hadn't know that her husband wasn't dead, that's what she would have done. She would have known that her husband was alive. So one year they're saying about putting the glass over it, that's true. Because Mama said if she knew my father was alive, she would have did that. And my father dreamed back to two people, his son and a good friend that used to hang out with him in Meduna, them drinking. Yeah. That's true. That's why you mean that. It's true. And Mr. Seabird died and Mr. Wood, they were the who used to hang out with Mr. Dona.
I guess he had a tumor, because when Aunt Romelda had him, he born blue, and the doctor told her that he was going to die at 25 years old. 25 years old, he went diving, and he ended up in the hospital. And right in your yard, Neil's, your grandparents' yard, I remember my grandmother coming and saying to Conan there, sea breeze, and it was a beautiful breeze. And a couple minutes later, you come from the hospital and said Tim had died. I was 8 years old.
By you talking about the breeze, and people didn't believe that.
Yeah,
my
true.
mother believed in that.
Oh, yeah, my
We would be sitting down, and 1 minute that breeze just go like that. And my mother would say to me, someone would die. And you could listen.
Yeah, it's true, it's true, it's true.
People say superstitious, but the most people had their,
Well, people had vision,
they
yeah.
had what the Bible talks about, signs and wonders.
Yeah, they had plenty of vision. I'm 8 years old, so I know about some old time. Because I was 8 in December, so I know a lot of old time things too.
You know,
And I can remember old time on, I can remember now.
years ago when people would die, the close family to them, they never used to wear nothing but black or white,
That's true.
For weeks, for months.
For weeks and months, that's
For
true.
months, dark and
They most of their people.
And then you hear them talking,
Most
say,
of the people.
after a year, they come back a morning,
Yeah.
And you could always tell when a man lose his wife, he would always carry a band
A black band.
on
Band on
his
the
arm.
arm. Mhm. That's true, Neil. Neil's telling me.
Always a band on his arm, he could say that.
I know, I remember a lot of old time things.
That man, his wife gone.
With Miss Granger.
Yeah, tell her about Miss Green.
Talk about the dead people. Miss Granger was a bar
was a bartender because she was her own bar and she used to work with her husband up in the bar. Mr. John Brandon used to go stand up by the bar and sit down watching her. So she was asking, "When you watching her so much for?" This is what them boys tell me. I wasn't there, so this is why I heard. And they said Miss Granger dashed him down with water. He said, "She said she loves me so much, she even dates me."
I heard about Johnny Brandon.
Who I say? I know that John Brandon.
That what you said?
That's what I say? John Brandon?
Oh, sorry.
Neil, you like cutting people, but you don't want nobody to cut you. And that's not right.
I never heard.
No, behave yourself. You like, it's true who said that's true? Somebody just said that's true.
But, Sandra, you want to delete some of this, though? Huh?
I know. Come and take your thing.
Off the roof, right?
Doing no more.
And he said, move out the way, move.
Can you put this on her?
Mood is in the house. And then when people start calling him Dr. Moody, he going to kill everybody. Just come over the spirit.
Dr. Moody, yeah. Thank you, baby. All right.
Was he really a doctor? Oh.
Me and you go. Me and you finish now. Make the rest of it.
Tell another story. That one was good.
These guys were talking about the Buffalo Gallon.
Well,
I was just 13 years old when I started up there, the Buffalo Gallon Beach.
what you have?
Me, Andre, remember Carita and Natalie and Ninin Doll and all them used to work there. And I was a junior waitress. Yes, I am the waitress. What his name? Joe was married to Joanne, Rudy Seltzer. He taught me, Arlene, Andrea, and all of us, and Pearlie. All of us used to work down the first old garden beach together. And Faulkner used to be the taxi driver, but he would pick us up because I was 13, but we were still going to school up to Jamaica Center. And we come from there 3 o'clock in the evening. By 6 o'clock, we read out and be up by the post office to hop on to Faulkner old bus. But Faulkner would carry us down. Ronnie's the best part. He would carry us down, but he would never bring us back up because he had them West Bay girls, and he had 2-3 damn fine girlfriends. So he would leave us Galleon Beach now, fixing up. Because you remember, you had to do it in the night. You had to tidy everything and set up for breakfast in the morning. And we'd sit down and wait. He not come, so all of us decided. Edward used to be with us. Pa Edward, Jointy, Miss Kathleen's son John, we used to call him Jointy. All of us would come up from that West Bay Road in the night, and that was done by Westland, where they got Westland Hotel now. That's where the first old Galleon Beach was.
When old man used to do the staff just for Galleon Beach.
Who?
My father, the boss.
Yeah.
You do just Galleon Beach.
Yep. And so when we wait and you decide to walk. But some nights sometimes we would carry a little croquet sack in our bag and thing, and we would catch the crabs. Oh, them nights you had to just take your foot and rake the crabs off your feet.
What you saying?
Yeah, you would have to rake them off. There's no cars or nothing on the road or anything, and we would just rake them, but we would catch a lot. And Stubber from Cayman Brock, he would only one. Sometimes him and 2 other boys would have bicycle, and we would give them, and they would carry the socks up for us. But they used to be good days. We would laugh ourselves nearly to death. But from Westland Hotel, that you see where Maud Box Boutique is now, that was where I used to stay. Our house was right on the side of the road there.
Oh, yeah.
You said Stubby from Cayman Brock?
Yeah, you remember that little boy that was called Stubby?
Oh, yes, that's what happened to him.
I don't know if he had went to New York to the States or something.
Living down by Murder House was down the back there, go to like the road, you go into that apartment down.
Stubborn, not Miss Thelma, stubborn, is it?
Back apartment, that when you live in, stubborn anyway.
No, that's stubborn. No, that's stubborn. Little small stubborn. One little small boy, he went there, we used to call him stubborn.
That used to be with Junior, they had the 2 children with Junior by saying Junior.
That's the same one. But he was a small little person. He wasn't no big man. He was small. He was a big, yeah. And we used to walk in the night from down where Wesleyan Hotel is to up where Mud Boutique is. That was where I was staying on the side of the road. So if you think that wasn't a distance from West Bay Road down there to up there in the night. And we didn't get tired, and we didn't have no problem with no cars or no rapists or no nothing. It was such a best time. Andrea was the first one living up way up above us. So me and Arlene and Pearl lived right, and Lucy Zimbabwe with us too. And we were living right there. So we would all walk with up with Andrea, because she was the furthest one living up that way. And we would walk with her, and then we all come back down. Perla would go down in Scranton. Lucy would go over in Miss Moriard. I would go here in Arlene, right where McDonald is now. Yeah. She would go there. So, and it was such a blessed time. And as Neil was talking about pay, £4 a month we used to work there. But we were rich. We were rich. My mother first China closet, I bought her off to the tips and thing from Galleon Beach. Today people wouldn't look at that. And I have beautiful pictures still with me, and I have one with me and Phyllis and my mother Olga, and Darnell, and Cindy from East End, and Anna from Cayman. One group of us used to work Galleon Beach. We had pink uniforms and white hats. We used to work Coral Cayman with Diana. Remember when she used to do the fire dancing? They were good days. They were good days, Randy.
She's still living.
They were good days.
She died.
You think it?
I want to say something.
Yeah.
When you say Faulkner used to pick you up, remember in the middle of the road, grass used to grow?
Yeah. Right in the middle of the road. Yeah, right there.
Cayman, we can remember Cayman.
But the little old bank right across from the post office there, the little old government bank.
Remember it.
The little old government bank right across from where the post office is. One is.
Although we didn't have anything.
One is. You remember our big time bank was right across from the post office. That is government bank. That was Miss Yuna. That was where all used to go. And as I get paid, I would give Mama the paycheck.
And Miss Yulene too now?
Miss Yuna, yeah, Miss Yuna. And Miss Yulene too, the one, was the Roddy daughter, yeah, she used to work there, Miss Yulene, yeah. And my first tip money that I got from them, I bought a China closet from that Jamaican man that used to do furniture in Cayman. I bought her first China closet there, my mother. Yeah? No, that Jamaican man that used to do furniture.
Who, William or who? I don't want it. No.
Crawford.
Oh, Mr. Crawford, the Florence had that boy from.
The one that used to build his furniture right alongside of him.
The Florence had freight for now. That's the
one is where that one that used to do with Mr. Arnold's pattern.
No, Mr. Norbert Baker it was the place that used to rent. Robin was
Used to be with the man.
Oh,
Robbie
Mr.
mother. He had a good card. So the fancy dance and this is but he can't.
Wasn't your husband that used to work in the front of it, Mr. Orange Patton? Place what? Doing furniture? Who that was then?
Who?
Robin, man.
No,
Miss
master.
Robin.
Remember Robin?
Neil, what you remember when Mr. Orange Patton property house was? Who that was that used to do the furniture right on the side of the road there?
Dog.
It was master.
What that tall man? This was a tall one. They used to do.
Tall.
That was dog. I tell you, that was dog. Can you name?
And he went up on behind the hospital. There's somebody behind it. He was married to one woman in the Jean, yeah. And I think they went to the States. Yeah, they went to the States.
Just that dog on my Dora Boy Island.
Oh yeah, Dora Boy Allen. That's who she had married.
Got memory too.
Yeah. But I remember when Mr. Ernest's place, where they had the furniture making right on the side of the road there, remember?
You know, my one man named Albert and dog take her away from Albert.
Albert and
Yeah.
Ken were brothers.
Yeah.
One of them Smith woman.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ken were back and
Burdell.
One that used to do the hair.
that Burdell. Esther used to do hair. Esther used to
Yeah,
do hair.
but Burdell had her
Miss
little
Burdell was
place
married
down.
to that one that he talking about.
We're very much twice now.
But going from one
Okay, y'all putting people names out there.
going from one thing to the next, you all remember going to the shop. Having the okay everything, bed okay everything, and went to those supermarkets and that, right?
Neil, you remember May Gardner, that little shop you had up the road there?
Yeah.
I was just only 9 years old when I used to go down Saturday and make lard. You had to take the lard out, the big old thing, and put it on the paper. And you weigh out the sugar and the flour and put it on. And the gallon bottle, the kerosene lard right there. Remember when she was in the front of you learn them place? She was always Sam Godfrey. Yeah, she had one. She had a daughter, one that married a boy
They say her
from
husband
West
put Kawich out there. I want to tell her about Kalmiana with the Kawich with her husband put the Kawich out there. And she run from north side. And he ride a horse and she get down there before he get on.
Down there Westby Road. That's where Selkirk Watler met that woman that he was married to. That she had came down from Canada with all of those pile of children. I remember that. And yes, can't go. And you remember A.L. Thompson, and Selkirk, Watland, them. They used to live down in places, having their fun and spending their money and things. But Selkirk, Watland, that way he met that woman that he was married to. Because I remember her and her husband coming down there, because I served them. They had a big table in the first little gallery on beach. And she had all these little girls and things. Yeah, at Montreal. She was staying down the first old gallery on the beach. I served her, and that's where she met Selkirk Watler, because he used to keep coming down there, him and A.L. Thompson. He used to come down there all the time in the night, having the fun. And that old poor old man, she went back with him, and then she came back down here. And when she came back down here, then she stayed down, and the old man, he came down here to get her to go back home with him. She wouldn't go. Stayed down here with Selkirk Watler.
You know where Selkirk Watler started really straight from?
Tell us.
No? He bought a piece of land from his grandfather. And that way he started really straight from.
Oh, wow.
I want to know. I want to know about Mr. Rex Creighton. He told me that his mother used to buy land all the time when he was away.
But Selkirk was married in North Side of what? In Alberta?
Esther, I tell you, he was married to her at that time, yeah? And he left her for the same very woman.
When Mr. Burt coming?
Excuse me, that's not really history. You're going to go and people visit at home.
Yeah.
Honestly. Just do that, please.
Yeah, well.
How much time for someone with my
Yeah, but
Y'all
can't talk about constructivity like you did growing up in history. You talk about what people did.
Yeah, but anyway, we had a good time when we used to work out on beach. That is where Chef John used to start his barbecue. He used to start his barbecue down the First Old Galleon Beach, there on the beach side. Yep, and the Marshanis and all of them band used to be there, remember? And Diana dancing with the fire, fire dance. You remember the guy that came from Jamaica, the tall one? That taller there, that, you know, and walking on the glass bottle and thing.
She did all that. Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, Diana. She was the queen and doing fire dance.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, Diana used to do that good. Me and her is born in the same house, you know. Miss Daisy and Mama stay in the same house, Pondside. People don't know nothing about Pondside these days. But the little house that Mama had down, and then she bought had a piece of land.
My dad used
From
to be Pondside, so I know.
that way he used to make me get. That way he made me get a good beating. Yes, yes, because he came down there one evening, Sunday. Because you know on Sunday you go to church with your family, but when you come home they give you a little lunch and they put you out on that grass on a towel on a big something in your pillow to sleep that till when it's 6 o'clock. They wake you up and then get ready. You had to go back to church again with them that night. But that evening, we heard Freddie, because I used to call him Freddie. Freddie going, we heard all the dogs going up behind our house. The dogs yapping. And he'd been, that little day, he said to me, Nana, because if you call me that, I said, Nana, listen, he said, you hear Freddie going there? That meaning chasing rabbits, let's go and find where he's going. Well, he said, that's for her, but he's made him jump up and start going. And the further we go chasing your father, the further the dogs go, and we chase them, we could never catch up with them. So we decided to turn back. And Miss Petrona, she had one big mango tree there, but inside of it was hollowed out. You could stand up inside of it, you know, it was hollowed out. And we decided to come back home now. One is, when we get to that, this thing come out like this, wow, with this white sheet. But one is meaning it will take off.
Excuse me 1 minute, please. I hate to intervene.
What happened?
But we have Sandra's hair. She wanted no more like about the eye.
Down the Westby Road, that's where Selkirk Watler met that woman that he was married to. That she had came down from Canada with all of those pile of children. I remember that. And yes. Can't go. And you remember A.L. Thompson, in Selkirk, Watland, them. They used to live down in places, having their fun and spending their money and things. But Selkirk, Watland, that way he met that woman that he was married to. Because I remember her and her husband coming down there, because I served them. They had a big table in the First Old Galleon Beach. And she had all these little girls and things. Yeah, at Montreal. She was staying down the First Old Galleon Beach. I served her, and that's where she met Selkirk Watler, because he used to keep coming down there, him and A.L. Thompson. He used to come down there all the time in the night, having the fun. And the old poor old man, she went back with him, and then she came back down here. And when she came back down here, then she stayed down, and the old man, he came down here to get her to go back home with him. She wouldn't go. Stayed down here with Selkirk Watler.
You know where Selkirk Watler started, he really stayed from?
Tell us.
No? He bought a piece of land from his grandfather. And that way he started really stayed from.
Oh, wow.
I want to know. I want to know about I only know about Mr. Rex Creighton. They told me that his mother used to buy land all the time when he was away.
But Central was married in North Side of what? In America?
You're married to Esther.
Esther, I tell you, he was married to her at that time, yeah? And he left her for the same very woman.
When is the birth
That's
coming?
not, excuse me, that's not really history. We're going to go and visit the whole world.
Yeah.
Honestly. Let's go to that, please.
Yeah, well,
How much time will person man will have
yeah, but,
You won't come to my, I got no idea.
Y'all
You
get
can't talk about first from 15 like a day growing up in history. We'll talk about what people did.
yeah, but anyway, we had a good time when we used to work Galleon Beach. That is where Chef John used to start his barbecue. He used to start his barbecue down the first old Galleon Beach, there on the beach side. Yep, and the Marshanis and all of them band used to be there, remember? And Diana dancing with the fire, fire dance. You remember the guy that came from Jamaica, the tall one, that taught her that, you know, and walking on the glass bottle and thing?
She did all that. Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, Diana. She was a queen and doing fire dance.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, Diana used to do that good. Me and her is born in the same house, you know. Miss Daisy and Mama stay in the same house, Pondside. People don't know nothing about Pondside these days. But the little house that Mama had down, and then she bought, had a piece of land.
My dad used
From-
to be in Pontiac, so I know.
That way he used to make me get, that way he made me get a good beating. Yes. Yes, because he came down there one evening, Sunday, because you know on Sunday you go to church with your family, but when you come home they give you a little lunch and they put you out on that grass on a towel, on a big something in your pillow to sleep that till when it's 6 o'clock. They wake you up and then get ready. You had to go back to church again with them that night. But that evening, we heard Freddie, because I used to call him Freddie. Freddie going, we heard all the dogs going up behind our house. The dogs yapping. And he'd been, that little day, he said to me, Nana, because if you call me that, I say, Nana, listen, he said, you have Freddie going there. That meaning chasing rabbits, let's go and find where he's going. Well, he said, that's for her, but he's made him jump up and start going. And the further we go chasing your father, the further the dogs go, and we chase them, we could never catch up with them. So we decided to turn back. And Miss Petrona, she had one big mango tree there, but inside of it was hollow out. You could stand up inside of it, you know, it was hollow out. And we decided to come back home now. One is, when we get to that, this thing come out like this, wow, with this white sheet. But one is minute will take off.
Excuse me 1 minute, please. I hit her into Maine.
What happened?
But we have Sandra's hair. She wanted no more like about the eye.
That people do not repeat. It could be you went on the road and buck your toe and your grandma beat you because when I used to go to shop for my neighbors where I raised up in Pondside with Tita and Petrona and them, they would say, okay, Dinah May, because I need a Dinah May. And they would say, okay, Dinah May, I need stuff for cake today. From Miss Leola's shop. And I would have to make like 3 trips before they could get flour and enough stuff to make cake. And they would tell me, you know what they say? If you buck your toe, don't stop.
And they used to tell you to, I don't spit.
On the bro, if it dry, I make Joyce beat you. I can make Joyce beat you. My mother was named Joyce. If you make it dry up, I can make Joyce beat you. But Tita and them, they would chastise me. And if I did anything, then Mama would give me too. But those old people, they helped made us, they was wonderful old people. I would like to see, Nina, you see her, that old white hair lady that walked around there? She partly raised me. I remember getting up in the morning and combing my hair in 2 little plaits, long plaits, to go to school and walking me out upon side road and think to go to school. They was wonderful days. I always tell my children that the time that I grew up in, I would give $1 million to share it with them because they will never enjoy the childhood that we did. It's too sophisticated.
The teenagers, them that we got now, they don't want to hear nothing about.
They didn't want to hear about the Bible.
Like they want to, but they don't want. You know what I mean?
Some of them will even tell us say that. I had one or two of them tell me that they don't believe in the Bible because Bible was made by man, was printed by man. But I say the inspiration of God was where the Bible came from. But they will tell you things to really hurt you because you know better and you're trying to tell them better, but they didn't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. But where I grew up in Pondside were wonderful days. They're talking about the lard and the sugar and everything. We had to wait out, put it on the little shelf there for Miss May. And you know how much I used to get for the day? 25 cents. 25 cents to go and buy a cone from Patterson. Yeah. From you know when Patterson used to sell cones? Remember he used to sell that ice cream one is right out there under? Where they used to call Shank Crack. Remember they had the teenage dance in the evening right there with part Junior shop was?
That was Mr.
Selling ice cream, grape nut, vanilla, mango, advanced variety store.
And parts of those how the children dance
Mama would say, if you do your chores, you'll go. But if you don't do what you have to do, you're not
going.
I used to hurry up and do what I had to do.
I used to work all day for 6 pence. You know, 6 pence to buy a cone or to pay your way into the teenage dance. And you know, remember them days, we would have our skirt and one of these little small can we would just been made of the net. Yeah. And we would go then buy the little scarf. We used to buy flour and starch it so stiff that when that stick up from around you like that.
You have to be stick out there.
Yeah, we had can them days.
My mother wasn't a woman that had like planned out, but like when I was growing up, like I'd get teenager, she would go like town hall and sit down and watch me. You know, that's how my mother was. And if she didn't have mind to go, she would say, and I would ask her if I could go. She said, if you aren't going, that would be Aunt Gertrude. If you aren't going, you can go. But if you aren't not going, you're not going. That's how
it was.
Yeah.
In them days, I had 2 brothers, and I could never go out of Mama's house unless Connor or Edwin went with me. And when they say, if it be 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, they'd say, okay, Dan, let's go home. You had to go. Your brothers was your guardian, and you had to go. Or you know what? Make them go home without you.
Yes.
Or even if you get there after them, or no matter when you get there, you could believe you're going to get that switch on your back side. Because they was the ones that to take care of you. And your brothers would take care of you them days, and you had to listen to them. You see these little faces, the girls now these days, got brothers, and they tell them about your brother going out, he can go with your But tell them that these days. Tell them that any brother going with them these days, they would tell you something that you would make you cry.
I could dance. I used to me, and who I didn't want to dance with, I would tell him no. And if the real now finish, and who I like to dance with, I would go dance with. And boy, my 2 brothers used to row with me for that.
Yeah.
They said that's not a good way to do. If you turn that one down, do not go and dance with it. So I said I would make trouble.
It's true.
That's true when I was down.
But I know you had to listen to your brothers them days.
Guys,
you all enjoyed it.
See, I said a couple of times to people, and they know no one knows nothing about it. Our airport was built in 1952. When they built the airport, we never had no machinery. You heard about that?
That's true.
All right. The Cayman Island government lease or hire all the heavy equipment from Jamaica Public Works Department. The first trip came on a barge. The captain bringing the backhoes, the bulldozers, the grader, in the trucks, and everything. The captain got lost. He couldn't find Cayman. He finally find it. He finally find it. Then he unload, and they commission Captain Thomas Dias,
My man.
to go and take over the barge. Captain Tom went Jamaica, because he had made a couple of trips to bring it. And a message came from East End, where it just had to the police, the telephone number. It said Captain Tom was in sight in East End. Oh, the people up in Rockwood and Buckley, I was a little boy, but I heard. Oh, Captain Tom couldn't go, came on Jamaica and come back that quick. He went Jamaica, came back that quick, and he surprised him all. A couple of hours after they say he was in sight, East End. He anchored that old barge. Now we call Pages Bay? You all know we call Pages Bay? Right there in front of Island Taste.
Okay.
At Pages Bay. Anyhow, they built the airport. Most of the rocks were quarry from up here off Spots Road, and Fawn Garden. And when they finished the airport, they got him to build Smith Road and Walker's Road. You heard about that?
Wow.
And the two engineers from Jamaica was named Smith and Walker.
Okay.
And they named those two roads after them.
Oh, wow.
Smith Road and Walker's Road.
Okay. That's how those streets got their name.
That's how they got their name. And I told a lot of people that, and they can't remember that, but that's how they got Smith Road and Walker's Road. Yeah. Smith Road, Walker's Road. And I remember them right there by the Adventist church coming through the little boy, got a boy. See them, the whole neighborhood was looking at, see them bulldozers coming, knock down them trees, but right up a cliffy, Everybody come up. Yes, sir. Smith Road and Walker's Road.
Any idea what year when that would have been?
52.
And 52.
Yeah, when the airport was built.
1952.
And most of the quarry was from up here we call Fawn Garden. We call Fawn Garden.
Fern Garden.
Is that the one by a gap?
How about Fox?
No, Fawn Garden is right here where No, Fawn Garden. On Bobby Thompson Way. You see where they're making that road come off that cliff now?
Oh, okay.
Next to that gap, the church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a quarry.
Yeah. That was a lot of cliff there. That was a lot of, and they used to pay those fellows so much cubits to pull boxes. So that's my trap on speed now for the evening.
That was good. Thank you. Yes. No, that was very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people. A lot. You know how many people I told that and they didn't know that?
Wow.
Yeah.
In a chapel, used to cook for them and Bird and Mr. Claude Hill when they got married.
Yeah.
I was from 1948 for them.
Pamela, say, you remember Claude Hill? Remember they had lock him up?
Yeah?
Remember they had lock up Claude Hill?
Yeah.
Which commissioner that was? Gerard?
Commissioner Cardinal.
Eh?
Cardinal, I think it was.
No, was no cardinal.
From the back.
Claude Hill was right by the, they were right at Claude Hill playing his music. And Gerard said, police tell him must cut down the music. Claude Hill wouldn't cut it down. Second, second time, seeing me third time, I think it was Gerard, he sent police, lock Claude Hill up.
So, you remember we had like Inspector named Boo Boo too, and they had that song say,
Oh, yeah.
I never did. I only heard about him. I was to see.
You were black.
I was to see.
When Dad bought that piece of land from him in 1960 something, he bought that piece of land really young now from him.
From who?
From Boo Boo, because he had bought it from his children.
Yeah.
From his children, Mr. Tim and them. And then Dad bought it from him, £110. I can remember that. That was 1960 something, I can't remember the year, but I can remember it.
I found God down in that, yeah, that was right by that gap in church. You can see me, all that dig again.
Why you were black enough to That was good inspector, he was doing that. Good inspector. Black Boo was a good inspector.
Stuff, you know, only,
Shedden Road?
yeah, you know, named Shaden,
Okay.
Shaden Sanguinetta or something like that. But years ago we had Custas. We had Custas, commissioner, governor, administrator, and now what we got now. That shit was named Custas. In Elgin Avenue too was named after some.
After?
Some other one too, some
Okay.
Elgin Avenue in Custas.
Okay. Wow.
All before I went to come back where I used to like to play outside. So Mom called her to come in.
From on the quarries, from all over the island, you know. They used to go pick them up in the back of the truck and bring them work on the quarries. Yeah, you remember by the yards too, they had this big box, a yard, a cubic yard, 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet high. That was a cubic yard. And when they get them full, they would pay them so much. But you heard about Captain Tom though?
Tom Dyer.
Yeah.
I was one of the last person that spoke him before he passed.
Captain Tom.
Oh, he had loved me and I had loved him. Captain Tom, yeah. I had beaten Norman. I don't know why I beat Norman for Norman Solomon. I went there and I used foot and hand and Captain Tom. He applauded me. He give me every time I went in the store. He would give me, boy. He said, boy, I don't know why he didn't like Norman, but he said, boy, you put it on him. You put it on him.
You remember Captain Tom, grandson Roy?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The night, the night Roy got married, he married one of them Canadian women. He used to come.
Yeah,
down.
right, yeah.
The night when the boy Roy got married, the reception for Captain Tom. Boy, he said, Niels, they are white. They are white Canadians. Niels, I mean, they are white Canadians. They are white to the bone. Captain Tom.
Roy for Dolly.
You remember?
Yeah, Captain Tom said they were white to the bone.
Yeah, right, yeah. Carol, yeah.
She had started.
They had one son.
Yeah, she had started. I call it no secretarial work around here, you know.
Yeah, right, yeah, she did, yeah.
She had started.
Yeah, Roy, what? Oh.
No, Pamela. She keep her, before that, you remember, and they used to come up with one Cuba every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the W Roy met her.
Galleon Beach, every 2 weeks.
Every 2
Galleon
weeks.
Beach, the famous Galleon Beach.
Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. The Canadians,
You know who I married one too? Remember Boyce from West Bay? And Harold? Yeah, he had married one too, yeah.
That's married there.
And hit me again, one of the Christian boy, Dudley. Yep. But all of them boys, Dudley.
That had it done, my brother. That not that had it done, my brother.
Dudley
Not
had,
the same one that
The
had
Tom.
a brother that was down.
no.
No.
That Christian boy named Dudley.
Christian. Oh,
Christian Dudley had Dudley now.
Dudley
They
now.
had a, I thought it done, my brother had a brother named Dudley.
Huh?
Clive.
The one
Clyde Dudley, Eugene.
Eugene, yeah.
And he had 3 daughters.
The University College of the Cayman Islands, the nation's premier provider of post-secondary education, is proud to support Cayman Voices, transforming the lives of Cayman residents.